The question is whether or not you're going to whether or not you're going to get cipher rushed. You have one slow decoder again with the mercenary, and there is no postman. I would have actually expected to see postman to help the mercenaries decoding, but yeah, you just have to avoid getting the cipher rush. Looks like we will have the match getting started here. The no man's land spawn from Goated here, immediately going to head towards middle. That is the closest survivor that spawns there, and I believe that might be, oh, it looks like the explorer is fairly close, but he does have something to hide with. Something to point out is the seer with an explorer is a very weak combo, because the owl will actually give away the explorer's location, but it looks like he did not see him. He actually found, I think that's the mercenary, so that's a pretty good start for EC.
That's right. Then again, we do know that sculptors have this tendency to chase mercenaries even early in the game, because they do want to exhaust those resources. And again, mercenary isn't that much of a threat anymore if they are able to place those statues correctly. So it looks like this is just what's happening right now, because Goated seems to be focusing on Spirit right here at the corner house, giving the other people, the other survivors rather, time to decode. And now that she is able to land one hit, she can now transition, which she is now doing. And there's that teleport towards the prisoner here at the graveyard.
Beautiful statue from Goated. We actually are going to see a teleport and insolence build from Goated. Walks through that pallet. There's the shot. Gets the ball before he can get the hit. That is in a crucial play for the prisoner there. If he goes down there, he's in a very bad position. But now you can make it to this graveyard window, force the hunter to vault it, get that broken window speed boost, and transition towards middle two-story, creating a ton of distance for this character. And Goated looked to be in a pretty good position, but all of a sudden right back into EC's favor with a beautiful shot from that prisoner.
So just when I was expecting him to actually go for two-story, he actually goes for the tunnel instead, which is kind of interesting, because this is one of the more uncommon kiting routes. Oh, I thought that was gonna be an epic juke right there, but it looks like Goated was able to predict that and will now be able to cheer the prisoner. But look at this, already one cipher has been decoded and they can still make up for it.
Trying to get this heal off on the mercenary, it looks like, and they're not going to be able to do it. That is very important that Goated was able to find this survivor's healing up in time. Something I'd like to point out, he is carrying insolence. Oh, beautiful move from the explorer, dodging that hit and getting the pallets done. Mercenary's gonna be able to get a free rescue as well, because he got so far away from that rocket chair. He's gonna get that full presence. Again, he did have insolence, as I was pointing out. He does most likely have detention as well as that teleport, and the double hit on the mercenary. Beautiful full presence predictions from Goated here, and this is a pretty good start here for WZ.
Well, this is really gonna put a bit of a pressure on the part of the decoding, because the mercenary is down, which means that he needs to get healed. He needs to either heal up by himself or ask for somebody to heal him, just so that he can use that self-heal later in the game. Then again, time spent healing is actually time spent not decoding. So this is really good on the part of Goated, because he can just deny that. So, oh my goodness. Explorer is down. Seer is the only one that is healthy and can do a rescue. But look, prisoner is almost back to the mansion. And now Goated is just staying on top of it all. All of these survivors are injured and one is down. Looking good for Goated right here.
See the teleport towards that corner house. Cypher knows this is the location of the explorer. He did get him down with that full presence spike earlier on, so he knows he can share this character here. If there were any password parry pages available, it would go to the bottom of the chair, but it does not look like that is the case. No one's really able to rescue here. If you're the mercenary, going for a save against a full presence sculptor is almost impossible at half health. They do still have the owl available, so I would expect to see maybe an owl rescue, but it looks like they're going to stop to heal up here. It does say 4 cipher machines remaining, but based off of this decoding that's happening so far, I assume that most of these cipher machines are close to being primed. So if you're Goated, you cannot get too confident. You need to pay attention to these last cipher machines and not allow them to finish them.
Right, and now that they are able to fully heal the mercenary, it looks like they're just gonna try to go for the rescue now. But look at this, Karu here at the front of the graveyard, containing the sculptor, and also using that owl to extend the kite.
Yeah, it looks like Goated really just giving up, changing targets here. It's going to allow the Explorer back into the game, which is not ideal. Going to be able to get the down on the Seer. Still 4 Cypher machines remaining. Explorer was rescued after half. Typically, changing targets like this is not a bad play. However, Explorer is one of those characters that has trouble, that you have trouble finding at any point during a match. He was considering the basement there, but it looks like we're going to see a chair in front of Graveyard, and the survivors are going right back to healing instead of going for the Cypher rush. In this situation, I think they kind of just have to prioritize decoding and hope that they're not able to find the Explorer.
That's right, and apart from that, they also need to get at least one more Cypher done if they should they want to go for the dungeon instead, because this is like already the best scenario for them. Because Goated is just such a fast worker, already focusing on denying these survivors the objectives that they need to achieve. So now here comes the mercenary once more with that rescue, taking that hit and going towards the chair already. Oh, past half. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is tough. We're going to see that statue does connect to the seer. Beautiful drop from Goat. It's going to walk right through that mercenary, right through that body block. It's going to get the down, and he knows the mercenary is going to be going down. No need to spend extra time there. All you have to do is find this Explorer now, get that 4-person elimination. Still 3 Cypher machines remaining. Well, again, a lot of these Cyphers are probably close to being primed. You can't all pop them at once as the Explorer, so this is just so strong for the Sculptor.
That's right, and just observing at their comms, it looks like somebody has pinged towards the Explorer that the dungeon is here. So now that he knows that the dungeon is in front of the graveyard, it's just gonna be a waiting game now on bleeding out probably the mercenary and not cheering him at the last moment just so the Explorer could get out. So on the part of the Explorer, the best thing he can do is just continue to touch these Cyphers just so he can avoid having those crows flying above his head and revealing his location. So it's just back and forth again. Back and forth, looking for the Explorer, looking after the mercenary, because who knows, the Explorer might come in for a heal. Looking, putting that chisel in that area already, I think, sniffing out the location of the Explorer. Really good stuff from Goated here. It looks like he knows exactly what to do.
He has found the Explorer briefly, but it is an Explorer, so you still have to find him again here once you actually get to this area. So as long as this character is able to stay hidden, it's going to be very difficult for him to actually locate. You cannot use these full presence statues while he's in small mode. It's not going to reveal his location. Will he go for the pallet stun? Throws it down, does take that statue. I think it would have been better to try to keep staying hidden there, but it looks like he's going to take a second statue hit as well. Mercenary, I believe, has already used up that self-heal. He's going to make it to this pallet, but it's just a matter of time here for this hunter.
That's right, and all it takes is just one more hit, and there it is. All of the survivors are down, and Goated just might walk away with a 4-man kill. And like you said, the mercenary is not going to be able to heal up anymore.
Yeah, so he's going to use that spike just to make sure he knows the location of this character. I'm curious why he's actually opting to leave Explorer. If Explorer's wasted self-heal, and I didn't realize that, I apologize, but leaving the Explorer on the ground is so risky, because if he is able to actually get up, then he's able to continue to hide, and that's a character that's very hard to actually find. So if the Explorer has self-heal available and the Mercenary bleeds out, he could hide his way out and make it to dungeon. So yeah, it's a little bit risky. It looks like he is crawling around, so it could be that Goated knows that he's already wasted his self-heal, and he's just playing it safe.
That's right, and Goated here taking his time, not sharing any of these survivors. I think it's high time that he does, though, because like you said, the mercenary will not be able to heal anymore, and all that's left is to just cheer the Explorer. So I wonder what he's thinking right now, scaling the map like this.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. One thing he can do is actually just go stand on top of the Explorer. You can just wait for the Mercenary to bleed out and then share the Explorer, which guarantees nobody gets out the dungeon. I think he's not quite sure who's wasted self-heal. That's most likely is the case here. So he's just trying to be as safe as possible. So yeah, he's just going to wait for this Mercenary to bleed out, and he can just share the Explorer. That will guarantee the 4K, which is exactly what he needs. So yeah, it definitely makes sense. And yeah, there we are. We're going to see you get shared here. Mercenary will expire, and that is going to be a 5-point lead. Oh, dropping again.
What do you think is going on here?
I think he's just... Oh, I think he...
Oh, just waiting for that. Okay. Okay, now we get it.
Oh, okay. There's the down on the Explorer. And there is the surrender. Yeah, so Explorer, I didn't...
In this map with that high mobility and the ability to cancel or be immune to those stuns from the forward. Oh wow, look at this breaking wheel sporting the limited S skin already spawning here at the gate and making his way towards the graveyard, and will find the psychologist first. Oh wow, I think this is a good find in my opinion, because those spikes can cancel out that ability of the stress response if she does get those 2 spikes in and gets hit.
Beautiful game sense from the breaking wheel, acknowledging that if I spawn at graveyard, the key spawn is actually over at the geisha gate, and that's exactly where this psychologist did spawn. Forward and mercenary, not very good chase targets, so able to find this psychologist early is a really good situation here for this hunter. Already 1 spike on the psychologist, they're forced to go for 2, just missing that one unfortunately, and now this is a bit of a tough situation for this hunter, because even if you get a hit on this psychologist, they still have the ability to heal, so you really want to go for 2 spikes. I believe the hunter's actually carrying excitement, which really trying to play around that forward, so it's going to make the early game chase a little bit more challenging. We see the psychologist transitioning toward graveyard, does get that second spike on the psychologist. Now normally you would be able to just blink this character here to secure the down, but now it's not really an option because you do, again, carrying excitement for that forward.
So that was a fantastic first kite so far on the part of the psychologist here. I would expect that she should be panicking already, but no, it looks like she was just calmly containing this hunter right here, because knows when to time those pallet drops, which takes an immense amount of discipline. So really good stuff on the part of the psychologist here, and it looks like the cipher progress is really going well. Look at the mercenary already about to finish 1 cipher, and this one is already almost done as well.
Wow, beautiful hit from the breaking wheel there. Priestess got a little bit too greedy, not going through that war portal, and that cost him a free hit. So excellent turnaround for this hunter. Now he's going to go for these spikes here, most likely. Does have quite a few portals to work with, so if you're the priestess here, you're most likely going to wait until he gets out of wheel form. Another spike there, still has those extended. Oh no insolence. This character is not. This player is not bringing insolence, which means there's no option for the extended spikes, and is going to get the second hit on the priestess. As soon as he gets out of this wheel form, priestess should portal away here and try to avoid the snap. Oh, I forgot, they don't have insolence. They're not able to do that either. Wow. Looks like they are able to create some distance here. Back into the wheel form yet again, changing targets. Already these Cypher machines winding down, trying to pressure down this middle Cypher. And I think this is the forward. Again, not an ideal chase target. This excitement, unfortunately, not paying off for this hunter. If they had Blink, they could have potentially gotten an early down or insolence, but really trying to prioritize the mid to late game with that excitement, maybe bringing detention as well. But instead, no real options for quick downs with insolence or with that Blink. Ford trying to football away here, is going to be able to get to this next pallet. He's going to get the pallet done in time before he gets the swing off. This is going to allow him to transition farther away here, and still has football available. Another portal going down there. Has this trap, 1 spike on the forward still, it looks like. And beautiful job from the forward, avoiding every single hit so far from this wheel. You see really abusing that pallet throwing speed, and this is just looking incredibly strong for this Survivor team right now. And it looks like we're going to see forward just trying to stay alive again as much as possible. Only has used half a football, has a little bit more to go with here, and is going to keep trying to transition towards these pallets. Goes for that trap a little bit short, and last of that football to get through this area. I think he's going to get it down right here, and does get that down finally on the forward, but already a lot of Cypher progress done for these survivors. And again, this hunter needs a 4-person elimination to try to tie this round, and I don't think they're going to be able to do that in this current situation.
Look at this, just 1 more Cypher remaining. All that it's gonna take is 1 rescue before they actually pop that last Cypher. So it's gonna take a bit more coordinating just to get this done, because this one is already really hot right here. They're gonna want to come back to this Cypher, if not decode another one, but still a good decision on the part of Antonio's Vaio here to put pressure on this last Cypher, because although the forward has been rescued, he can at least guard this and compel them to get started on a new one.
It looks like we're going to see, yeah, they're going to try to possibly just heal up, slow things down. It looks like the Breaking Wheel is going to go after the Mercenary. This is not an ideal chase target by any means, but in this situation, you don't really have much choice. You have to be careful not to allow them to finish the Cypher. They are going to get all the heal off. Beautiful elbow pad from the Mercenary. He's just going to take a snap here, get that injury in the Mercenary, and most likely transition away, or maybe continue here. And yeah, back into the wheel form, going for these survivors, making sure they're unable to finish this corner house Cypher, trying to prevent them from getting the heal off on the forward. But beautiful game sense from Antonio's Vio to acknowledge these survivors are probably trying to heal up over near the Spade Gate area.
That's right, and he did spot them healing at this area right here, but using that mobility just to be able to guard everything that's going on in the map while guarding that last Cypher.
And it looks like we're going to have them try to push forward this endgame. Ghost Queen really pushing the exit gates, not able to get it open in time, which means the survivors are going to need to split it up here. If you're Antonio's Bio, you need to get at least one person elimination here. Ghost Queen going to take the tram. Dungeon is in that middle area and still has, I believe, 2 elbow pads to work with, and also has that delayed effect. If this exit gate is open, these 3 survivors get out, this is going to be a 4-person escape.
That's right, and the Mercenary really good going there, going towards the tram and trying to... I'm wondering if he will be able to catch this priestess. Oh no, she has to go back through the portal and probably go for the dungeon, but here is the Mercenary probably going towards the other gate if I'm not mistaken, because I did see him go towards the tram. Oh, look at that, she was able to circle back and go towards that gate, and that is already 3 people out. And where is the Mercenary? Going towards the dungeon, Eli!
And there is, yeah,
going. And of course, I'm really understanding the decision of Goated to go for the Sculptor here, because she can be really efficient in this map as well. So let's see how this is gonna play out with the Sculptor finally spawning here at the ruins, looking for his first survivors, taking the hunting route towards the hospital right off the bat. And now, oh, look at this perfumer sporting the Conan skin. I really like that.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have going for beautiful move from the Priestess, doubling back through the pallet. You almost never see that get utilized in competitive gameplay because it's so risky. If you mess it up, you do give up a free hit. And it looks like Goated might have, for a second, lost trail of the Perfumer, trying to mind game here, wasting a lot of time here. This is risky from Goated. Oh, beautiful light game from Goated. For those of you who don't know, what he did is he hid his red light, so it made the character think he was going in the other direction, and instead he vaults that window right into them. Beautiful job from the Priestess, able to avoid that second statue, but does get one down here, and she's going to try to make her way back into the hospital area.
That's right, and actually I do think that they planned this out for the Priestess to get oh my goodness, a hit so early in the game, just when we were about to do some analysis here. It looks like Goated really doesn't want us to talk anymore and just wants to go ahead and control the Cypher Rush and tear his first survivor. The Priestess here in front of the ruins, placing pressure on the one who is decoding at the ruins, which is a really good move on the part of Goated here, because that's gonna hamper the decoding progress a bit. 5 ciphers remaining. Do you think they can still turn this around?
It's going to be very challenging. You still have, again, this comp is so built towards hiding and having difficult chase targets. You do have Wanted Odor on the Perfumer, which is definitely going to be your next chase target if you are Goated here. However, if the Perfumer at any point is able to make their way into that hospital area, it's a very difficult chase because, again, with those perfumes dropping down those holes, it just wastes so much time, and it's going to be very challenging for Goated at that point. Using that spike on that with that Wanted Order, Perfumer able to pop that first Cypher machine. So the survivors working quickly here, already 2 ciphers down, although the Priestess did die on top of that Gravekeeper Cypher. This rescue is going to be very crucial. They're going to have to get it off here if they want a chance at least securing a draw in this round.
That's right, and they did decide to rescue at the last second, but was not able to, which means that Goated was able to successfully defend that chair and deny the first officer that rescue, and now he's just 1 chip damage away from getting hit, and that's just gonna place a lot of pressure on the survivors here. But look, he's still got one more one. Oh, wow, takes that hit. There's that 5-second tide turner right there, but that's not gonna do a lot on his part because he's gonna go straight for the chair. And 3 ciphers remaining. It looks like the survivors still have a lot of work to do.
Beautiful hit from Goated, getting that hit through the pocket watch there. That's not easy to do by any means. We're going to see him pressure again. Going after this Perfumer, not giving them any chance to decode. Beautiful. Oh, gets the Perfume off to avoid the full presence statue. They would have eaten up 2 hits from those statues there, but a very good Perfume to avoid that. We're going to have the Gravekeeper come to the rescue. Gets the blink! Terror Shock! A beautiful play from Goated, acknowledging that the Gravekeeper might immediately go for that rescue. Times that perfectly and stuffs that rescue. 3 Cypher Machines still remaining, 2 survivors down, and 1 back to the manor. This is looking incredibly strong for this Sculptor.
That's right, and now that Terror Shock just actually almost puts the nail in the coffin. If the Perfumer is not able to perform this rescue perfectly, it will really put a lot of pressure on their team. And there's that rescue. No tide turner in effect, but at least the Gravekeeper is able to get away as well as the Perfumer. But again, the first officer is down, and it looks like a Goated is gonna want to chair him at the same chair and continue the work.
All right, so back on the rocket chair for the first officer. The rescue was after the halfway mark because of that prevented save with that blink terror shock. He's going to use the chisel, just trying to look for the closest survivor, unable to find that Perfumer there. And all right, we're back, and unable to find the Perfumer there, and it looks like he's probably going to look for this Gravekeeper, who is over near this birdcage Cypher Machine, using those statues to point the location of the Gravekeeper, and did find them. Gravekeeper does have a shovel available, but it's so hard to kite a full presence Sculptor even with that shovel form.
That's right, and he's only 1 chip damage away from getting hit. Uses that last shovel to run for his life. Goated committing to this Gravekeeper just to be able to down him before focusing on the Perfumer, who is already doing the decoding. Oh, there's that falling hit. Nice move from Goated right there. I don't think he's gonna chair the Gravekeeper at this point because he wants to secure these points. He wants that 5 points for his team. So all that's left to do is to find the Perfumer, who is incidentally at the statue area.
He used those full presence statues to point to the location of the closest survivor, that is the Perfumer. And yeah, I think he does spot him out there. There it is. Does have 1 Perfume left available here, and they are going to go ahead and use it up. Wow, nice dodge from the Perfumer. Let's see, are they going to go back? And they are going to go back to avoid this hit here, but go with 2 more statues available. That full presence coming in, and there's the hit on the Perfumer. That is the down, and that should secure the 4-person elimination. Gravekeeper may still get back up here, but it's only a matter of time before Goated chairs these last 2 survivors.
That's right, and actually Goated will decide to chair the Perfumer first, bringing her closer towards the Gravekeeper so that it'll be easier to pick up, and they have surrendered an outstanding job on the absorb another hit. So I think it's gonna be a challenge for both teams, because we both know that Nayad is has some killer potential as a hunter as well. Oh, sporting the limited S skin, I see. Really nice. So now we have Nayad already going for the ruins and finding 2 survivors in the area, or just 1 if not 2. The mercenary is making his way towards the shack, and now here is the forward trying to contain her as best as he can. And he does, yes.
Immediately baiting the forward into using a bit of football there is pretty nice for this hunter. We may see them transition towards shack. What a lot of Naiads will do is they'll go towards that shack, loop the entire shack area, and force the survivor to leave. Oh, looks like we're gonna have a pause here. Maybe a little bit of technical difficulties or lag. But yeah, looking through this match so far, we have they were just trying to avoid you know, getting taking any water hits or anything. We're back into the match here. Forward is going to transition towards shack. This is right where the mercenary is, though, so a little bit risky here. You really want to leave this if you're the forward, and they are going to go ahead and change targets. Maybe no, lost sight of the forward, it looks like, and forward's going to make it all the way back to ruins.
Right, and now Antonio's Vio is gonna need to find a new target, and does just that, because it looks like she's able to find 2 survivors here at the front gate area, at the triple pallets and the T wall. So not really sure why somebody would be decoding at the T-wall so early in the game, but they must have something planned out. This is the Seer after all. He does. Oh, nice pallet stun right there, stacking that out, standing for a few seconds right there. See what you're doing. Oh. And that was an empty blink. Amazing job on the part of the Seer here. Will now transition towards the hospital to extend that kite, and will already waste no time to drop that pallet.
Interesting decisions from the Seer here. They actually could have owled that first hit, but instead is going to hold on to it. They also had an option to continue hiding within the hospital area, but instead they're going to go ahead and leave and go towards this statue area. This is nowhere near as strong, so we're going to see the Naiad try to loop this entire area. Still has a little bit of distance to go here, trying to force the Seer out of this. Beautiful job from the Seer, staying out of range of those bubbles. They are going to go ahead and use that owl there. And it looks like the Naiad's gonna go ahead and take that hit. This will allow the Seer to get to this window here and possibly transition back towards Birdcage.
That's right, and if he does get to the Birdcage and makes... Okay, still using this one pallet here at the L area next to that. Oh, nice terror shock right there. I do believe that would have been inevitable because of the distance between the hunter and the window. But look at this, 3 ciphers already remaining, and the Seer is going to the dungeon.
Even with the basement play
here, rather.
It's not too strong for the Naiad, unfortunately. Again, the Naiad needs a 4-person elimination here, so the survivors don't have to go for any rescues. And oh, they're gonna go for a rescue. I'm actually very surprised to see this. I would not have expected a rescue in a situation where you only need a one survivor escape. Beautiful play from the Naiad. Is going to clip that mercenary there with no attack recovery because of that ability. Seer is able to get a second owl here, but the Naiad can simply just wait it out. Again, Tide Turner is almost out here. Will they try to pop it with this water effect? And does get that pop there, but oh, beautiful stun from the forward.
Wow.
It's going to allow this Seer to transition all the way to Shaq.
Amazing coordination on the part of the survivors here, because look, only 1 cipher remaining and there's just 50% left on that. The patient is already taking care of it. So of course we would expect the forward to be providing as much support as he can, just to be able to get that cipher primed and at least rescue the Seer from the chair. I do believe that he can be chaired one more time.
It looks like the forward still staying in this area, harassing, able to stay out of the water range, which is a beautiful job from them here. And Seer's self-heal probably is almost available. Forward's going to go for that stun. Does get the instant stun off as well, and a pallet stun from the forward. Beautiful 1-2 punch there from this character, and this is going to allow the Seer to stay alive with their kites. They're still in a pretty bad area, but I think they might have actually gained another owl here. So that's the downside of allowing Seer against this Naiad, is that this is the type of character that can farm owls so easily against, this is the type of hunter that allows owls to get farmed a lot easier compared to other hunters.
That's right, and I actually am expecting that owl as well, and it looks like he's actually positioning himself for that end game kite, but it looks like Antonio's bio is not gonna buy it. Will go instead for the front gate, not chasing after that Seer, and will instead go for the mercenary. But look at them disperse just like that, going towards the shack gate already and leaving it up to the patient to do the kiting this time. Let's see if he can do that cool move that you were talking about.
They do have, it looks like, no, not going for it, just going to try to transit. Oh, maybe they will this time. And the Naiad's going to give up on the chase here. Yeah, patient was able to pull themselves into that hospital area there. We're going to see the teleport. The exit gate already open, unfortunately, for this hunter, which means that this is going to secure for the win for WZ. Again, they only need 1 survivor escape. The Naiad's still going to try their best here, going to try to push for at least 1 more kill, but unfortunately at this point, I don't know if it's going to matter. We see the mercenary transitioning in towards this gate here, and the patient still around. Mercenary can take 1 more hit. We're going to see them pull back that trident, unable to get that. Just going to hit the mercenary, going to force them out. These 3 survivors will escape, and the patient probably will push for the dungeon. And I think, yeah, this is going to be a 4 survivor escape here for WZ. Beautiful job from them there. Another